players. To the bottom right hand side, we're going to have our green Protoss from, what team is even Trust from? GNA Green Rings, that's it. No, is he? Is Trust, GNA, he's KT, right? God, I got really confused there. Alright, so let's do this, let's jump in game. Trust from KT Rollster is going to be into the bottom right hand side of the map, and that's going to be our green Protoss player down here. And to the upper left hand side, our red Protoss player from Invictus Gaming is going to be MacSed. 5 image 54 path on for the 68 cheers as we set on up into this game number 1 of the best of 3. And yeah, best of 3 is obviously all the way through the group, so we've got 6 best of 3s in Group A, then 6 best of 3s in Group B. The only reason we wouldn't have that is, say, if at the very end of a group, say, the one match that remains is completely pointless to play, like it doesn't affect anything, then oftentimes it will just be left and not played sometimes. Although sometimes they play it anyways, so we should have 12 best of 3s here. I mean, maybe if we're unlucky we lose one of those, but we shall see. We'll see what happens. Let's see what happens. For now, we've just got to wait to see how the games are going to go and see how the groups sort of kind of turn out. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be kind of tough to sort of kind of make you guys understand how things are going to be going, because we're not going to be able to bring up the brackets to sort of show you how the groups develop, because obviously the groups have already played out. So we're just going to have to do some very... we're just going to have to use our imaginations today to really sort of cover that, as we do have Cybercore coming down just behind the middle line here for MacSed, and both players open with the expected 2 gateway based opening. So with the 2 gateways early on, we're going to be able to see both players just setting up into a situation in the early stages where, well, I mean, 2 gateways are down for both and Cybercores are on the way up. They're both going to go into either some Adepts or Stalkers in the early stages and play out their early game from here. It's super standard at this point to go 2 gates, nothing really too crazy, and we just wait and see how exactly we will see the follow-ups going. It's going to be 2 Adepts apiece here actually, so 2 Adepts from Trust, 2 Adepts from MacSed, both players looking to create some map control for themselves early, get some scouting information, apply some pressure into the mineral lines of their opponents, as we're just going to see this probe or 2 from both players moving around a little bit and just looking to see what's up, just looking to see what's happening and what is going on. Mothership cores will be finishing shortly from either side as well. And again, a couple of Adepts just continuing to come on out here. Robo Facility drops down from Trust in the main base, so he's going to be the first player to sort of show us how this is going to go. He's not going to expand super quickly, as it looks like MacSed is going to be doing. He's going to be expanding a little bit more slowly here, and with a little bit more tech on his side. Both players are going to commit into 2 more Adepts here. As we see, these 2 Adepts from both sides are going to go through, and it's actually going to be Trust who picks up the first damage, and actually that might just be a kill on this first Adept here. One Adept goes down, the other gets away. And these 2 Adepts are still moving across the map looking for damage to be done. So they're going to move in towards the main base now, already picking off a probe on the natural. Sees the earlier expansion and gives Trust a good idea as to how things are going here already. And those 2 Adepts shading on by and just going to get past those few units in the main base of MacSed at the moment. And Trust just continuing to sit over here and just work as we're on the natural expansion. Doesn't want to commit into the main as he has 2 more Adepts out, and looks as though they've just been defending against another little... Well, that one Adept we saw continuing to come across the map, so that's just been cleaned up now. It is just going to be a 2 Adept advantage for Trust, so already slight advantage to him. Goes straight into the Immortal actually as he starts to build up a Nexus, and I wonder if he's just going to be very aggressive early with like a 1 Immortal push or something. Just saying, well, you know, I took my Nexus a little bit later, I should have a little bit more than you in the super early stages of this. I wonder if he, you know, I wonder if that's what he sort of is thinking here, or whether he's got another little bit of a plan or so. He's going to see those Adepts and Trust just going towards the main base. Just going to cancel there, and ooh, actually, MacSed looks as though he might have tried to commit onto them there. I mean, it's 4 against 4, so it's one of those fights which is sort of hard to take, because one very small little micro mistake or difference from either side could be the winning factor, although it would probably only be by 1 Adept or so. It still can make that a little bit of a difference, as we're going to be seeing more Adepts just continue to come down the left-hand side. Some of them sitting in the centre now, 5 of them from MacSed. You can see the War Prism on the way up from Trust as well. With an Immortal already out, I do feel like he'll push across the map and just try to get some damage done. These Adepts, oh, are they going to commit up here? No, they're going to cancel before they even see up the ramp though, so that said, you know, they cancel, they stay out of trouble, but they don't get much information either. Pylon position to the right from MacSed, who might be looking to get aggressive himself, maybe just trying to run by in a little bit while later. This probe will go down, Mothership Core picking up the kill, and well, here we go. Trust is moving across the map. He's on already 3 gateways, he's gone that Robo Facility. I mean, that's the only difference, the Robo being done in this Immortal which he's made. But he has invested a lot into army units. He's got a lot more on the map than his opponent, the Immortal specifically, the extra Adept as well. And the War Prism will give him some extra micro potential as he comes across the map. Of course, sitting back at home defensively, MacSed has the option to foot on overcharge, and that might negate the micro advantage which Trust is going to have here. As we see a few extra units warping in. MacSed needs to warp in ASAP. He's actually already been done at Twilight Council, as is his opponent. Nice force fields here initially, and they're going to be force fields which are going to make it a little bit more difficult for both players to, to really engage into this. Neither player really has all of their units engaging properly as they would like to. This overcharge doing a lot of damage as well. As Trust, well, that doesn't really look as though he's making very much progress here. Mothership Core will drop another overcharge. This time the pylon should go down a bit faster. There's no force fields out of MacSed to really slow this down. Another overcharge though. Oh man, this is pretty close actually. Army supplies are dead even. MacSed hasn't worked the lead, so overall, MacSed is looking pretty good. He killed a few probes across the map at the same time with a depth warping, I think, on this pylon. And that explains why he maybe didn't have quite as many units over here as a little bit of micro out of Trust, another few adepts warping in. Does he just have enough to push on through? Well, he's going to take down another adept or two here. MacSed thinking about pulling workers in. He's actually 10 army supply down. He is going to type out GG, and Trust is going to take game number 1 of this best of 3. So Trust goes 1-0 up right away, nice and quickly. Doesn't really mess around at all. That's actually pretty interesting. It was an interesting game, one of those that you don't usually see sort of play out all the time like that. And just not die to a very early push coming out of his opponent, who sits to the bottom left hand side, one map ahead here on New Gettysburg. It is Trust. And he is going to be going up against the Blue Frost player to the bottom right from Invictus Gaming. That's here to be cheering on MacSed. Again, guys, what's up? How are we all doing? Hope we're all doing well, and hope we're all having a pretty good time so far, even though we've only just had one game. Let me know if you're around, let me know what's up, and let me know what's going on. What's up, Fully Informed? What's up, GI5, SC2? Hope we're all having fun. Hope we're all having a good Saturday as well, obviously. It's been, yeah, I just slept loads today. It's basically the definition of my day. Like, I woke up because, I just woke up, and it was like 1 PM, and I was like, wow. I never sleep, like, sometimes I'll sleep towards 12, but I'll have woken up before and be like, well, lazy day, let's lie in a bit. Today, nope, I literally just slept straight on through to 1 PM, just didn't even realize the time, so then I went out and got some stuff done, and now we're already here casting. The day's gone pretty fast, actually. It's kind of crazy. It's going to be a busy week for me as well, obviously, a busy month, really, from here on out. Not so much on the stream, necessarily, but we have got a fair amount to stream, but we're going to Epic Land next week, and in the UK, so that's going to be, I'm going to be there for, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, although I will be back on the Thursday. No, I'll be here on the Thursday still to cast SGL, and maybe OSC All-Stars as well, so we'll still have like a Thursday morning cast, but maybe not a cast on Sunday. Probably not a cast on Sunday, in fact, at all. But yeah, that's just a bit of an information for you guys. I think we should have Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We should have Leifeng Cup returning this week as well. And then after Epic Land, we're going to have next week we've also got the Wardi Open Round of 8, we've Wardi Open Finals and Round of 4 as well. We're actually going to have the Wardi Open Playoffs, basically. So they're going to be coming in. I know it's been a long time for them, but it's just been one of those situations where we've just had to kind of, well, just get it organized. These players, for example, Marine Lord and Nurture, both went to Korea for Caspica, both have gone to WUSG to compete as well, and that means that neither of them have been able to play for a while. And obviously before that, Snoot was at Copa America, for example, so a lot of reasons we've been slowed down in that event, but getting there finally. The playoffs will take place over the next couple of weeks. Pylon early here from MacSed, coming down as we see a couple of adepts just shading by each other through the lower side of the map. Mothership Core coming across the map as well from Trust, so really looking to apply some pressure here. MacSed just with 2 more Stalkers about to pop out, and I guess as Warpgate comes up, he'll just look to try and, I guess, pressure forwards. I mean, he's going to add a third gateway, third gateway over here. The Stargate's actually Trust's Stargate. Set something into that. 3 workers killed already. Mothership Core to the left-hand side, the Adepts to the right. This is nice. He's forcing an overcharge and also just getting damage done with these units without really being in a too scary position. 1 adept goes down, has to recall home for the Mothership Core, but it's been pretty okay for him. 4 workers killed, puts himself at an advantage. Trust has to go into defensive mode now, though, because again, we are going to be seeing that gateway on the way up. It's 3 gates from MacSed. It's just a lot of pressure in the super early stages from him. We're going to see an overcharge already going in. He has these adepts. I think he forgot to cancel those. That's going to be costly when you're trying to get as much army as possible to really fight on in and attack. Losing 2 of those units right from the get-go is not the best of ways to start things off. So Well, he gets away with one of the adepts, but it took some damage, and again, even just being on half health past the shields, it slows down how much you really have to defend, to attack with, and little things, when you're going for this super early attack, little things do add up so much more, because there hasn't been as much time in the game for differences to evolve between the players, and so the little things are magnified in amplitude of importance compared to, say, in a 20-minute game, or a 10-minute game even. So here we go, 4 minutes in, attack forwards. Oh, Mothership Core going to go down. Target it, please. Does it not have an overcharge? Oh, it doesn't have an overcharge anyways. Okay, well, in that case, it's not so bad. Not targeting it down. His Trust is actually going to lose power to his 2 gates at the front. He already pulled some probes into this. Going to see Stalkers continue to sit here and defend. Nice! Force field. Going to get rid of that depth in the Stalker. Now there's no high ground vision. Okay, pile on the low ground goes down, and next on the low ground going to be kept alive. Interesting choice from Trust. Intrigued to see what he wants to do with this. At the same time, across the map, he goes with an Oracle. When we coming in here, an overcharge goes down. Trust does get out of the mineral line with the Oracle. Another couple of workers killed. Currently, Trust still maintaining a 2-worker advantage in the game. Stalkers and Adept. Gonna get rid of the natural expansion. I guess the idea behind killing the natural is that, hey, if I kill the natural, then guess what? I'm gonna be in a position where I'm able to, if he's killed my natural, I'm able to buy more time before he pushes up the ramp, and that gives Trust more time to prepare and so on. Couple of sentries here with him, a few Stalkers, and Immortal on the way out. I mean, Trust has held on. He's defended. Question is, how is he going to be able to take the natural expansion, right? Is that going to be a possibility for him? Is that something he can move towards? Well, that's what we're looking towards over the next few minutes here. Is that a possibility? As we're going to be seeing a few Stalkers gathering together, sentries are gathering together, and an Adept as well. Going to see this robot facility coming down in the main base. So robot facility coming down, another Adept gets warped in. These 2 Stalkers of Trust still just looking around and having a look to see what's going on. A couple of workers being killed once again. Oracle's still out on the map, but not really pressuring forwards. Difficult to really do much damage in this base when there's 2 Stalkers here, Mothership Core full of energy. I'm just going to be seeing MacSed. Well, how does he do this? I mean, he's got pretty hard contain on his opponent right now, but there's the Warp Prism to help Trust break out. Just a little bit ahead on army supply going into this. Going to drop down the ramp. He's got force fields available. And you've got the Adepts to shade down as well. Okay, the Adepts are going to cancel their shades. 1 force field already coming into play, and Oracle still just sat here. Stasis Ward. Oh no, oh no! This could be huge! Oh, okay, it only hits a probe and Adept. That's actually somewhat nice, but it does allow him to now move down this ramp, and here we go, moving forwards. There's going to be force fields coming down. Well, that's what we're sort of watching for here. A couple of force fields actually out of MacSed to begin with. He's going to turn and try and fight this. The sentry full of energy goes down though, so MacSed going to lose any more kind of force field potential. Warp Prism will help Trust to warp in on the front lines. Finally, as Adept comes out of its Stasis Ward, but it's just not going to be able to get much done. MacSed is just going to GG out, not going to stick around in the game. And that'll be game. Trust takes game 2, and it's going to be a fast 2-0 for our first series.